We've had a nice steady rain the past couple days and the plants are looking especially happy. And I need to do some serious pruning on the garden up at the front of the property today, so I thought it'd be a good time to do an update video. This garden was planted April of 2020, so 2.5 years ago. It's a 47 by 30 by 12 foot tall frame underneath a 30% shade fabric, which I found works really well as a windbreak. Probably gonna take the shade fabric off next year permanently. So on the right here we have a 6-7 year old Groomy Chama, which has produced some really good fruits. He gets a little bit of burn when we get our first heat in June, but then after that he's fine. On the left here is a butterscotch sapodilla, which has kind of stalled out. He's healthy, he's happy, but he's being shaded out by the bananas, so not enough sun on this guy. We'll rectify that today. Behind it is the Jurassic Park banana, dwarf Orinoco. More fruit than we can eat. Right now it has 3 hands of bananas on it. Behind the butterscotch sapodilla is an Aravaipa avocado, about 4-ish years old. Had a handful of fruit on it this year, they were good. On the right, Manzano bananas, a little too tall for the structure, lesson learned. So it's a little dense in here. Behind the Manzano we have the Jaboticaba, again not quite enough sun. Same thing with that longan there. Behind the Hawaiian papaya, again too tall for the structure. Back here we've got Lacatan banana hiding in the corner, which is at about 10 foot at the moment. And that is shading out this Indian gooseberry, amla, in front of it, which since I've planted that, I've realized that they want all day sun. In front of that is the Canistel yellow sapote, aka egg fruit. Need some iron. And then one of my favorite trees, been with me 4 or 5 years, is this custard apple. Gorgeous foliage. Beautiful tree. Did flower this year for the first time. Didn't bother to hand pollinate it, so nothing really happened with that, but he's been doing very well. Starfruit, doing as well as expected. In front here is a newly planted Ai banana. New leaf coming out the top. That was just put in the ground last week. Behind that is lychee, which is doing well. Again, not enough sun. Between the Vietnamese broadleaf papaya and the starfruit, we have ice cream bean, which did produce some flowers this year for the first time. On the left, next to the lychee, we have June plum, doing very well. We're on our 2nd or 3rd crop of fruit for the year, kind of in front of the bananas there. And then here we have a 4-type grafted Adamoya, which the papaya fell on a couple weeks ago. So it kind of smushed it down a little bit. So I've got to clean that up, trim the branches back, stake it up today. That has really eaten up a lot of real estate. Adamoya does very well here in the Phoenix area. Some Cavendish banana back there in the corner. Behind the Adamoya, kind of difficult to see, there's a rose apple. Over here we have a Pitamba, again not getting enough sun. Starting to put out some new growth now. Cherry of the Rio Grande, which was actually just planted a couple weeks ago. So he dropped all its leaves and he's starting to push out a little bit of new growth at the tips. Behind here is another banana, which I have forgotten the type. And then in front of the banana here we have a Rolenia custard apple. The Rolenia was grafted onto the custard apple. Again, not enough sun. Kind of difficult to see there, but he has made it through a couple winters. And then back in the corner, last but not least, Maha Chinook mango, which has been doing very well. So the lesson learned here is the trees that are at the edges that are getting more sun are doing very well. Plants on the inside have kind of stalled out. They're living, but not doing much. I think I packed everything in a little too close together. Lesson learned. We're going to thin that out today. Try and get a truckload of compost and mulch back here somehow and get the trees ready for winter. and see what happens next spring with them with a good haircut. So that's what's going on here. If you have any questions, please ask in our Facebook group. It's called Living the Green Life. Our website is greenlifebyseamuso'Leary.com. We do sell plants there, but we do not do any shipping outside of the Phoenix area. Our Instagram page is Seamus_O'Leary_.